Good morning and welcome to the virtual Greater Boston Church of Spiritualism on this lovely Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. Please join me in our opening prayer. Infinite Spirit, beloved God, we open our hearts and minds to your presence, to your light, and to your love. We ask your blessing as we gather together in community and in harmony. We ask that you remind us of the light that burns within us. Help us to shine it brightly and carry it wherever we go. Bring to us our loved ones so that we may truly know that life and love continues into eternity. Help us to realize that life is eternal. We ask blessings upon all the soldiers who lost their lives in battle and upon all of our loved ones who have moved on to the spirit side of life as we take this time to remember them, to honor them, and to give thanks for their presence in our lives. For your presence within us and around us, we truly give thanks as we say, Amen. And today, since it's Memorial Day, I'd like to share two poems with you that were written back in 1915. You know, Veterans Day is a day that we honor all who served our country, but Memorial Day is a day that honors all who died in battle. And these poems were written following the great battles of World War I. In Flanders Fields by John McCrae, May 1915. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses row on row that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep though poppies grow in Flanders Fields. We Shall Keep the Faith by Moyna Michael, November 1918. Oh, you who sleep in Flanders Fields, sleep sweet to rise anew. We caught the torch you threw, and holding high, we keep the faith with all who died. We cherish, too, the poppy red that grows on fields where valor led. It seems to signal to the skies that blood of heroes never dies, but lends a luster to the red of the flower that blooms above the dead in Flanders Fields. And so we honor those who gave their lives so bravely and fought for the freedoms that we enjoy today. Let us make sure that freedom continues for everyone, for they have given their lives not just for a few, but for the many. And let us now say our healing prayer. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstruction from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. And now it is time for our healing meditation, a time where we can let go of the stress and the strains of life and allow ourselves to simply be and receive that healing light that is always available to us. So I ask you to just get comfortable in your chairs, just settle in, close your eyes, and take a nice deep breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Releasing the stress and strains of life. Letting go of everything but this sacred moment of now. And as you breathe, just imagine that healing light of God flowing in with your breath. And feel it flowing through that physical body. Moving through those muscles, releasing all that tension that you may have held there. And just breathe in that light, and as you breathe out, release, relax, let go. Let go of everything but this sacred moment of now, so that you can truly merge with that pure healing light that is here for you. So breathe it in and allow it to fill your lungs, to move through your bloodstream, and to reach every cell within that body. Feel it moving into every bone, every muscle, every tendon, every joint. And allow it to bring to your body what it needs. As that light flows from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, you know that it's reaching into every organ and filling every system, bringing your body back into harmony, reminding every cell of its perfect state, so that every part of that body will continue to flourish and thrive. Just allow your body to relax, to take in this healing light that is never apart from. As your body relaxes, feel that light gently flowing through your mind, clearing away those busy thoughts, quieting and bringing peace to that mind. And just imagine a peaceful river flowing through your mind, gently carrying away all the thoughts that have been busying you. Allow all the negative thoughts, all the less than thoughts, all the fearful thoughts and the worried thoughts to move away. Just let them all go. Allow them to flow down that river of light. And allow your mind to expand and open to who you truly are. Lifting up into your higher mind, connecting to that infinite source. And allowing that love to truly fill you. To let you know that you are a part of that infinite source always. That you are loved completely beyond measure. And allow your mind to expand and open to the inspiration and the wisdom that is there for you, flowing towards you, always guiding and helping you. Just breathe. Feel your body relax and your mind expand, and feel that pure unconditional love washing over your emotional body, moving away any negative emotions that you're ready to release. And just feel that light washing through you, giving you the opportunity to let go of anything that doesn't serve you, and to be filled with pure unconditional love. For this is a sacred moment and a sacred gift that you can give yourself, to be at peace, to be at ease, and to be in union with your divine source. Just feel that light flowing directly into your heart as your heart opens and expands in this light. And you're reminded of the light that lives within you. And as you are, just feel that light expanding all around you. And feel yourself lifting into an even higher light just above. Feel yourself moving higher and higher into a land of light and peace and harmony. And as you move into this land, you find yourself standing in the middle of a beautiful field filled with red flowers, filled with red poppies. Everywhere you look, you can feel this vibration of that red color flowing into you, bringing you strength, awakening that inner power within you. And allow that red energy to flow in and awaken in you a new beginning. And as you stand in this beautiful field of red, feel the rays of God's light shining down on you as it shines down on every flower, every poppy. And know that that light is guiding every flower to grow, just as it is guiding you. Stand and feel that presence within you, guiding you and supporting you. And as you look back out on this beautiful field of flowers, you are reminded of all the people in your life that you have loved, that have moved on into the world of spirit. Allow those memories of those wonderful people to fill your mind and fill your heart with joy as you give thanks for their remembrances, for their presence in your life, for the ability to have shared time with them. And as you look out across this field, you notice all of your loved ones standing just beyond that field, waving to you and sending you love and peace and harmony and joy. You can feel their presence. You can feel their joy. And as they send this, they send memories that they shared, memories that they hold dear, as they give thanks for you in their lives. Just allow yourself to be present with all those who loved you, so that you can know that their life continues, that their love continues into eternity, and you are never alone. They are always there to look out for you. They are always there to love you, for we are all one under this light of God. Let us feel that light and that love expanding out beyond this beautiful field of red, and feel that light and love flowing out through all the world, reaching into every heart, every mind, and every soul, bringing us all that knowing that we are eternal, that we are loved, that the light of God exists for each and every one of us. And let us see our world taking in this healing, so that we may all be unified in light and in love as we continue on our journey of life on earth. Let us all do our part to uplift everyone we meet and to help humanity evolve into a place of cooperation, a place of harmony, a place of love. Take a moment now to give thanks to this infinite source of life and light itself, and know that this light lives within us. Know that your loved ones will always be there. Whenever you wish to visit, just move yourself back into this divine light and envision them in this field of poppies where each and every life continues. But for now, take a nice deep breath and feel yourself moving back up into the light and being carried back to your room, back to that physical body and that physical space. But know that all the love and all the light that you have felt, all the peace that you have received from connecting to your loved ones is still there. And the knowledge that you are eternal will continue to exist for you and for everyone. Take another nice deep breath as you feel yourself grounding back to the earth. And as you're ready, open your eyes and smile and rejoin the world, knowing that you carry that divine light wherever you go. And if we're all back now, let us together recite our Declaration of Principles. In spiritualism, we have no rules or regulations, no dogmas or creeds, but we do have a set of principles that help us to live our lives in the best possible way. So please read them with me as they appear on the screen. We believe in infinite spirit and that God is infinite spirit. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite spirit. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of an individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule: whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that they make their own happiness or unhappiness as they obey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. And we affirm the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. So happy Memorial Day, everyone. Memorial Day is a day that we remember our loved ones who have moved to the spirit side of life. But it used to be called Decoration Day. When people would visit the cemeteries, they would brush off the stones and plant flowers and talk to their loved ones. They would spend that day really remembering those who left behind. But after the Civil War, it was a day to honor the soldiers who lost their lives in battle. And an important part of Memorial Day is the poppy. The poppy is a symbol of the loss of life, but also recovery and new life. In Europe, on the war-torn battlefields, the poppy was the first to appear, and their seed would be scattered in the wind, and that sat dormant, only germinating when the ground was disturbed by the battles. That reminds us of the light of God that lives within us, that often sits dormant when we forget who we are, when we forget that we are always connected to our source. But when we experience difficulties, when we experience loss and pain and grief, these disturbances can crack us open, can't they? And we find that that light is still there, always has been. And it is this light of God, once found, that will carry us through these difficulties. For it is in the light that we find support, strength, and the purpose to carry on and begin anew. I'm reminded of a poem that is dear to my heart. It's called Footprints in the Sand, that I'd like to share with you. One night I dreamed a dream. As I was walking along the beach with my Lord, across the dark sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene, I noticed two sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and one belonging to my Lord. After the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand, and I noticed that at many times along the path of my life, especially at the very lowest and saddest times, there was only one set of footprints. This really troubled me, so I asked, Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand. When I needed you most, you would leave me. And he whispered, my precious child, I love you and would never leave you. When you saw only one footprint, that is when I carried you. Let us remember that we never walk alone. And it doesn't matter when you listen to that poem if you envision God walking beside you, or Jesus walking beside you, or your guide walking beside you, or your loved ones. We never walk alone. And it is in the most difficult times that we are carried through, and we can be moved into new beginnings. On Memorial Day, we are reminded of those we lost. Let us celebrate their lives. Let us allow that light within to wash away the grief within our hearts, and remember them for what they shared. Let us remember that they continue to live. Let the poppy be a reminder of eternal life, of divine light, and of infinite love that is a part of each and every one of us always. As we remember this, we are able to blossom and continue on. We can move through our grief like the poppy and recover and create new ways of living as we allow joy to enter our hearts. We are at a time when we are creating new ways of being. Great joy in all of our hearts, I'm sure, as we watch the numbers going down. We're happy when we see the restrictions being lifted that we've lived under for so very long. And we look with hope as we begin to take off our masks and begin to return to gathering and connecting once again to the outside world. We have been contained and turned into our own little circles. We have missed our outside connections and interactions with strangers, haven't we? These interactions with strangers are so important because they remind us that we're all part of the same world. We're all connected to each other. I'm reminded of a quote that I read recently from Peace Pilgrim. We, people of the world, need to get to know one another. Then we will find that our likenesses are much greater than our differences. Isn't it time to move back into that feeling of connection? That time to move back into recognizing the likenesses instead of the differences? And being in the world gives us a chance to practice kindness, generosity, compassion. You know, all these wonderful things that we hold within us. We don't get to use them unless we're out together. So let us move back, but sharing all those wonderful things that are within us as we do. This has been a very strange time. But as we move forward, let us learn from it. Let us grow from it. And let us never forget those who lost their lives to COVID-19. Or the value of the people who kept our world going as we battled this pandemic. This has been a very different kind of war, but it has been a war. So let us today add new meaning to the poppy as we remember those who lost their lives to COVID and all who fought this battle so bravely. The healthcare workers, the scientists who found a vaccine that makes it possible for us to go out. All the people who kept us going throughout this pandemic. You know, it's not over yet. We have lost so many. Over 3.4 million people in the world have lost their lives. Over 600,000 in the U.S. alone. And here in Massachusetts, we've lost over 17,000 people to COVID. As we move forward, let us continue to take care of each other, to protect each other. Hopefully, we have learned to take responsibility for what we bring to the outside world. Let us live with conscious awareness and bring only that which will benefit others through our physical presence, through our words, and through our actions. Let us honor all who have fought the battle of COVID. As we replay our Memorial Day tribute today, we will have a moment of silence to remember all who have moved on to the world of spirit. It will be followed by Amazing Grace, sung by Damien, LaCount, Branigan Reed, and Katie Rudman to a haunting tune. And as you watch and listen, open your heart. Send gratitude and love to all the heroes and all the martyrs of COVID-19, as well as all the others who have fought bravely for our benefit. America has always been known as the home of the brave, where someone is willing to give their life so that others may be saved. So today we honor our veterans and soldiers who continue to stand for our welfare and safety. So many today are putting themselves in harm's way to help those affected by the virus, and many have given their lives for our cause. We honor them today with a poem called Memorial Day, the Ultimate Sacrifice. We set aside Memorial Day each and every year to honor those who gave their lives, defending what we hold dear. In all the dark and deadly wars, their graves prove and remind Our brave Americans gave their all to put danger far behind. They made the ultimate sacrifice, fighting for the American way. We admire them and respect them today and every day. We honor all people in service, the firemen, policemen, EMTs, medical personnel, all those who lost their lives. And we also remember those who continue the fight each and every day. We honor them for their courage as they stood for what is right, to help and aid in every circumstance, regardless of the dangers to themselves. A quote by Kim Fitzsimmons sums it up this way: "My courage does not roar, it whispers in my heart. It makes me dig deeper and find it in my soul to fight on." These are heroes that can touch a heart and leave an everlasting mark. These are the heroes who inspire each and every one of us to find the courage within our hearts and do our part to create safety for all. Mary Ann Radmacher helps us to remember that courage lives within each and every one of us. With these words, my courage does not always roar. Sometimes it is the quiet voice at the end of the day whispering, I will try again tomorrow. We remember our doctors, our nurses, our scientists racing for a cure with an excerpt from a poem written by Matt Kelly. We sent them to war with one simple task, to show us the way, to lead and inspire us, to protect us from harm and fight off the virus. It couldn't be stopped by our bulletproof vests. An invisible enemy invaded our chests. So we called on our weapon, our soldiers in blue. All doctors and nurses, our country needs you. We clapped in the streets, hearts bursting with pride as they went off to war while we stayed inside. We struggled at first in the lack of supplies, but they stared down the virus with the whites of their eyes. They leaped from the trenches and didn't think twice. Some didn't come back and paid the ultimate price. So tired, so weary, yet still they fought on. The many of us owe so much to so few, the brave and the bold, the heroes in blue. So let's line the streets and remember our debt. We love you, our heroes, lest we forget. And so we honor the heroes of COVID-19. Although some never adorn a uniform, we honor the grocery workers, the truckers, the delivery people, the manufacturers and creators of the goods that the world has needed. We honor their families who have stood with them courageously. For what is courage? What defines a courageous act? It is said that the brave and cowardly person are both fearful. However, it is the brave one who faces his fear and does what needs to be done. All of these people who have worked in service are doing what needs to be done each and every day, and many of them have succumbed to this virus. So we honor them today. And we remember our postal workers with their motto, neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. we find in all who serve courage, bravery, and resilience that inspires us all. On this Memorial Day, we take time to honor those who have lost their lives to this virus. In the U.S., over 100,000 people have succumbed to this virus, and worldwide, over 316,000. In Massachusetts alone, we have lost 6,000 people. An angel took each one by the hand and guided each one home. We honor all of these souls today. These are the martyrs who are teaching us with their lives that we must live in a better way. We must care for and protect each other, each doing our part to create safety for all. Do not let their deaths be in vain. Honor them by how you live. As we remember them, we can hear them say, "Speak of me as you have always done." Remember the good times, the laughter and the fun. Share the happy memories we've made. Do not let them wither or fade. I'll be with you in the summer's sun, and when the winter's chill has come, I'll be the voice that whispers in the breeze, "I'm peaceful now, put your mind at ease." I've rested my eyes and gone to sleep, but memories we've shared are yours to keep. Sometimes our final days may be a test, but remember me when I was at my best. Although things may not be the same, don't be afraid to use my name. Let your sorrow last for just a while. Comfort each other, try to smile. I've lived a life filled with joy and fun. Live on now, make me proud of what you will become. As we remember them, we remember all of our loved ones who have moved on to the higher side of life. Let us now have a moment of silence, remembering all who have gone before us. Think of them as they lived, what they loved, how they laughed, and know they live on in your hearts.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see.
Thank you, Damien and Branigan and Katie, for that beautiful song. And thank you to all of the workers that have helped to bring us forward to this sacred moment of now as we begin to start anew. And thank you, Tannya, for that beautiful tribute that you have created. And now it's time to hear from the world of spirit, and I know that they're all waiting to come through on this Memorial Day. As you are remembering them, they are also remembering you. So I will just bring you whatever flows from the world of spirit. Hopefully you'll recognize your loved ones, but I can tell there's a big crowd coming in, so I'm just going to deliver whatever it is they bring. But please take their messages and take their wisdom and their love, because you all have spirit loved ones with you. So let's see who wants to come through first. I feel like I have a whole lot of people marching in, and I do feel like I have soldiers marching in, people who would have lost their lives in battle, and people who would have fought for their country. So I feel like I have a whole string of soldiers, and I feel like they're representing a lot of different branches of the service and also different wars, because I feel like I have great-grandfathers and grandfathers and fathers, and I feel like they're all stepping forward to say there has been so many wars in the world and we have all fought bravely, but now it's up to you to fight bravely and to do what you have to do to save your planet and to save your world. So I feel like they're all coming in to let us know that we are fighting a different battle now, and we don't need a uniform to do that. It takes each and every one of us to fight the diseases that are coming into our planet, and to fight the negativity and to fight the hatred, because I feel like they're all saluting and saying, we fought to bring freedom to you, but now you must fight to make sure that that freedom lasts and that freedom is enjoyed by everyone. And it's a different battle these days. It's not the same. And I feel like all of these gentlemen, I have someone from the Navy stepping up with a white uniform, and he's signaling. I feel like he's an admiral in the Navy, and he said, times have changed since I was in this world. So I feel like I'm going back in time, and he definitely feels like he would be like a grandfather's generation as he steps forward. And I feel like he would have been a career admiral. He's telling me would have been very high up in the Navy, and he would have spent his career working within that branch of service. But he also had a family. I feel like I want to go into Florida, or that warm climate, with him, and I feel like he would have been stationed in that warm climate, and his children would have been raised there, and he would have retired there as well. So I feel like he wants to reach out to his family and to salute them and say he understands how difficult a life that you had because of his career choices, because I feel like there would have been a lot of moves throughout your life, and it wasn't until he was higher up in his admiralty, that you had been able to really settle down. When I feel like there was a lot of time separated from the family, because even though he would live on base, he would do a lot of traveling in different areas. And so he's apologizing for all the upheaval that happened in your life, because I feel like the family that he had has sort of spread out, and I do feel like I'm talking to his grandchildren right now, because I feel like he's saying the whole family just sort of spread out, and there are some in this part of the world and others in other parts, of the country. He said, but he wants to bring you all together and create a nice harmony between you, and recognize that he stood for responsibility, and he wants you all to stand up to be responsible in your lives in any way you can. He said he's proud of you, because I feel like there's a daughter who he especially is proud of, and he salutes her. So I feel like the daughter is, or the granddaughter is in the service, and he's saluting her for continuing on the practice of serving the country. So I feel like he wants to just applaud her, but also applaud everyone, not just his family, for taking responsibility and for doing your part. And he said, I learned in the service, and we all did, as he's sort of including this crew with him, we all learned that it took cooperation, and it took the whole team to accomplish anything, that it was never just the one person. And he said he's encouraging everyone to live in cooperation and to work together in harmony to accomplish the goal. It can never be just about one. If the goal is to help the masses or to help the whole, it can never be just about one person. It has to be about what's the best for everyone. And so he's saying, as you take responsibility for yourself to do that, everybody does their part, and the whole world is happy. The whole world can function in a better way. He said, in reality, that's what we fought for, so that everyone could function in a better way. So do your part. And he said, I'm really proud of all of you who are doing your part, who are stepping forward, who are taking responsibility, and know that we, the soldiers that are here, we're backing you up. And I feel like he's the backup, and there's so many with him. I have someone in the Army, someone in the Marines. I have a Green Beret from Vietnam coming in. There's like teams of them all coming in, and I feel like these people, a lot of them did lose their life in battle, and they never got to come home to their families. So I feel like as I'm blending with them, they said, they're coming in as a group because a lot of them were not known by the people who are still here, because they passed before they were born. But they want to be remembered that they fought for their country, and they fought for you. Even though you don't know them, they know you, and they're all there to support you and to help you stand tall and strong within yourself, and to do what's best for your country and your world. I feel like there's a gentleman that wants to step in and say, you have to think more globally now. When we were in battle, we thought of our unit, we thought of one group, and we worked together in that group. And he said, now things are so different that you have to think more globally and connect to people on the other side of the globe instead of the people next door. They're marveling at the world being so different. But they're saying embrace the changes, because with the changes came new opportunities to make those connections and to stand responsibly for the whole. So I feel like I've got all the people from all the branches of the service, all the soldiers who have marched and worked so hard to create the world that we live in today, and they're sending all their love and support for us to pick up the gauntlet and to do what we need to do to keep our world functioning in the best possible way. So I leave you with all these soldiers' blessings, and especially the Admiral. He's very, very tall and very together, I guess I could say. So please take their love and their support and their blessings. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay, I have a woman who steps in now, and I feel like she's a real character. She's very funny as she comes in. I feel like she would have had a little bit of weight on her. I feel dark here with her, and I feel just so funny that I want to crack a joke and I want to make everybody laugh whenever I'm there. I feel like she would have passed from COVID-19. She said, I'm not long in the spirit world, she said, but I'm settled in pretty well now. So I feel like she wants to let her people know that she's good and she's still laughing. I feel like the memories of this person is, for everyone, what she leaves behind is laughter in their hearts. And she says she can feel that laughter in their hearts when you think of her. And that's what makes her happy. She said, I hate to feel the sadness that people have when they think of me. I would so much rather than feel joy and laughter when they think of me. So I feel like she's coming in to make everybody that knew her love her. I feel like it's just about a year since her passing, maybe a little bit more than a year. And I feel like she has sons that she wants to connect to and to let them know that she's around them and she knows what's going on in their lives. I feel like she's talking about high school or proms or graduation. So I feel like one of the sons may have graduated or was getting ready to graduate. And I feel like she wants them to know she's around them. And I feel like she wants them all to know that she's aware of what's happening in their lives. So I feel like she just wants to wave at you. And I feel like she would have waved to people. It was one of the things she'd do. She'd always pay attention to the people that were around her. She said, if I was in the grocery store and you were 3 miles away, I'd be yelling, hey, how are ya? That kind of thing. She wasn't really quiet about it. She was very loud in making those connections. And she said, get out there and make those connections. She loved connecting to people. She's so personable, and she just loved to reach out and talk to people and know what was going on in everybody's life. And it didn't matter where she was, whether she was in church or the grocery store, she was still out there talking and networking and paying attention to the people. She said it's the people that were important in her life, the people that she met with, and the new people and the old people. It didn't matter. She got a great kick out of people. And she said, I enjoyed sitting and watching people too. And I feel like one of her pastimes would be sitting with her friends and watching people and making up stories about their lives. So I feel like she would have had a lot of fun doing that, making up stories and laughing and finding lightness in life. So I feel like she's coming in to bring a lot of lightness to everyone. And she said she knows how difficult, believe me, how difficult this COVID was. And she said, I got a lot of friends over here that I'm meeting because they passed in the same way. And she said, but we're all okay. We're all good. And, you know, there's a reason for everything. And we can do so much good here. And we're helping you as every chance we get. So I feel like she's throwing dimes out. I feel like I just threw out about 100 dimes. And she said she's leaving those dimes everywhere for the people who knew her and loved her to find. Because she has an infinite supply now. And she's leaving them everywhere. So pay attention for the dimes to show up in your life in places that you never knew they would be there. So I leave you with her blessings and lots of love. Thank you. Just a character. I could stay with her all day. Yeah. But we can't, no. Okay, and I feel like I have another woman who's coming in, and I feel like this is a mother's energy. She comes in really gentle and really soft, and I feel like she wants to reach out to her children. I feel like her children are grown, and she has grandchildren and even great-grandchildren, but I feel like she passed. She's telling me she passed. She was a good old age when she passed, but I feel like she would have been in a nursing home, and she did pass from COVID. She said, I was going anyway, but it was that COVID that took me over. So I feel like she would have been in a nursing home before she passed. And she said the most difficult part of it was that I couldn't be with the people that loved me, but I knew they were there. I knew that they were there, and they were around me spiritually, because I could feel their love. And she said, don't think that I died alone. I didn't. And she said, I felt all the love that you sent me, and I had all of those who loved me on the highest side of life with me. So she's saying, please let go of the pain and the hurt that you hold in your heart, because you couldn't be with me when I passed. There were so many that went through this same feeling of being alone in their passing. And she said, and we can feel so much grief in the hearts of those that were unable to be with us when we were passing. But know that we know and knew that you loved us, and know that we weren't alone. That's the most important thing. She said, I'm trying to help my family move forward and let go of the pain from not being there. I know that they can accept that I've passed, but they can't seem to accept the feeling that they have in their hearts of not being there. And she said, please erase that. Please let that go, because I'm fine, and I knew that you loved me. And I feel like she's got a whole string of people with her. I feel like this is crowd day, because I feel like she's got a number of ladies and gentlemen with her that did pass from COVID in nursing homes. And they've all sort of come together. And they said, we all can feel the grief that our children feel and how they felt by not being with us. But you must know that we know you loved us. And we know that you love us today, because we can feel the love that you send us. But please let go of the grief and the sadness, because we'd rather you hold us in joy. And you would rather you laugh at our memories and celebrate our lives than feel so sad that you couldn't be there. Get over it, please. Let it go, so that we can move forward, and you can move forward, and we can watch as you live your lives fully with joy in your hearts. So know that we're all there around you, trying to help you and uplift you. And no matter how we pass, we were never alone. We always had help, and we all were received in love when we made it home. So know that we're safe and able to shine our love back onto you in every moment. So I leave you with all of the 11 blessings. There's so many elderly people that passed because that disease came into their spaces and increased their decrease their time on earth, is how they're saying it. But they're all okay now. So I leave you with their blessings and lots of love and support and encouragement. And I think we have time for one more. Okay, I have a young person who's coming in today, and I feel like this person is probably in his 20s, perhaps. I feel like late teens, early 20s. Hard to tell an age with him. I feel like he's young. I feel like he's inexperienced with life. And I feel like he would have passed from an illness. I feel like it was an illness that came on slowly and gradually, but and then eventually took his life. I feel like there was a long time struggle the family went through in trying to battle this illness. And I feel like there were many sacrifices that his mother had to make in order to be there for him and to do the things that he needed to do. I feel like it was a lot of work taking care of him and a lot of work in trying to get the services he needed. And I just feel like this big struggle all around his illness and his life. And I feel like it was all on his mother's shoulders, that she took it all on and tried to be everything for him and for everyone. I feel like he had a sister, and I feel like he's saying, I'm sorry to the sister that I took so much of Mom away. But he knows that his mother tried to be everything for him and everything for his sister at the same time. But there was only so much she could do and so much she could give out. But he says, you were my hero to his mother and to his sister. Because I feel like even though the sister was, he feels, was losing some childhood through his illness, he says, I'm sorry, but you are a hero to me because you stood so strong in your love for me. And you never let it known that anything bothered you. It must have bothered you. It would have bothered me, he says, if I didn't have all the attention that I wanted. But he said, I want to say thank you, to his sister, for being there for him, for loving him, and for understanding that his mother couldn't be everything all the time. And I feel like he's putting a badge of honor on his mother and saying, you are also my hero because you were there for me every minute of every day. And I feel like he's so emotional as he comes in to let his mother know how much he appreciated what she did for him, how much she gave up for him, how many hours in the day she spent with him, and she worked hard to take care of him, and he knows how difficult it was. So please take all of his gratitude and all of his love. I feel like he just wants to lift you up and pick you up and carry you forward into a place of light and happiness and joy. I feel like he wants to pick you up and take you into the sunshine, into the beach, and into places where you can have fun and enjoy. I want to go to amusement parks. I want to do all the fun things that you couldn't do while he was sick. So I leave you with all his blessings and lots of love, and know that he's there to support you now. And he's trying to show that it's a clear sailing. So I feel like he's pushing you forward into a smooth stretch where you can just sit back and enjoy for a while. It's all okay. And I leave you with his blessings. Oh, he says, I'm with Grandma. So he wants you to know he's with his grandmother, and she came and got him. So no worries, no problem. She's taking good care of him. And she's there with him with a big smile on her face. So I leave you with all their blessings, all their love. And there are so many from the Spirit side with us today, but they're with you. So take a moment to just feel the presence of all your loved ones around you. Today, whether you go to the cemetery or you just take a moment to remember them at home, think of those you love in the spirit side of life, those who you have lost, and honor them, celebrate them, remember the good times, remember the fun memories, and just sit with joy in your heart and give thanks for knowing them, because they are definitely giving thanks for knowing you. And I leave you with all their love and all their blessings. And now before we close our service, just a couple of little announcements. Our services will continue through June on YouTube. Donations to the church can be made on our website and on Venmo at GBCS Spiritualism, GBC Spiritualism, and also on Facebook. And please know that we appreciate all the support you give us. We haven't been able to pass the basket in a year and a half, but we are very grateful for the donations that you send in. Our next mediums night will be Monday, June 21st from 7 to 9. That will be on Zoom. You can email to schedule a reading. We've already started scheduling, so do so quickly before it sells out. And I'll be happy to schedule with one of our evidential mediums. And once you have booked it, then you can pay online for your reading, and the link will be sent the day before. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please share the videos. And now we have our closing prayer. Infinite Spirit, beloved God, we give thanks for the healing, for the light and the love that we've received here today. We give thanks for opening our hearts, helping us to feel our loved ones draw close, and helping us to know that life and love is eternal. As we move forward into our lives, help us to do so responsibly. Help us to be kind and compassionate. Help us to live with generosity and care so that we each do our part to create a beautiful world. We give thanks for all the help and the support that you bring us as we say, Amen. Thank you for joining us. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Please stay safe, and we'll see you next week. God bless you all.